Hello, Freedom Guy 55 here again. I wanted to actually take some time to talk about 4 British entertainers that happen to also be atheists. I think that they should be deserving praise for what they do. If you're an atheist, you probably already know these guys, but I just want to take some time to actually get them to be recognized because they're just really fantastic within the, not only the atheist community, but the entertaining community as well. The first one on my list is Stephen Fry. Stephen Fry is, I hope I'm saying his last name right. I believe it's Fry, but, Anyway, he's a gentleman that was on Bones frequently, like years ago, and he just, not too long ago, about a few months ago, he came back on it for a brief time. He's also been in V for Vendetta as well. So if you if you haven't seen any of those movies, or you'd probably live under a rock if you haven't seen that movie. But check him out. He's a really good actor. And if you want to actually check things on YouTube, he's actually been on Big Think, and he's made some really good points. One of which is in my playlist. If you would actually like to check that out, it's under Atheist Points. Also, he has also been in a debate, kind of side by side with Christopher Hitchens as well. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, next is Eddie Izzard. Eddie Izzard is a comedian that has done a comedy show years back, but he's actually done several since then as well. But one of which that stands out to me is Dressed to Kill. It was actually pretty funny, and I do like it. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. It's a pretty good comedy. He's also been in a movie that I like. It's a kind of a spoof on comic books and comic book heroes. Comic book heroes called Mystery Men, and he was one of the villains in the movie. He has actually been interviewed at one time, and it was like a segment on YouTube where he mentioned that he asked himself one day, did he believe in God, and he just told himself no, he didn't. So I know he's an atheist due to that. Third person on my list is, of course, a man that's really, really famous. A lot more than I expected, because he was on The Simpsons, and he was also a writer on The Simpsons, and he created The Office in Britain, and he's actually the executive producer of the American version with Stephen Carell. He has also created 2 movies. One of which I've seen, which is Ghost Town, and it's actually a very good film. If you haven't seen it, you should check that out. And the second one is one I do want to see, which is The Invention of Lying, which looks really funny. And that gentleman is Ricky Gervais. He is actually really funny, and I do love his writing. He was on stand-up, and actually the segment that I've seen it is actually in my atheist comedy playlist, if you wanted to see it. But he mentions that he is an atheist, and he's been an atheist since he was 9. And his teacher wound up stating that God works in mysterious ways, and he said that, that's the same equivalent as going, look over there, and then he runs off stage for a little bit. That was pretty hilarious. But he also says some other things in that you should probably check out if you want. Anyway, fourth one on the list happens to be one of my favorite guys, because he has made one of the most memorable characters on TV pretty much in recent years, which is the Housemeister himself, Hugh Laurie. Hugh Laurie, I found that he was an atheist. I had my suspicions when I saw him on one of James Randi's shows, but he was also interviewed in Britain when he was asked, if you were God, what would you do? And he said, well, that's a little weird for me since I'm an atheist. I'd just be telling people, don't believe in me. I thought that was funny. That happens not to be in my playlist, though, but you're going to try to have to find that interview. I believe it is on YouTube. But he's been in house, and it's kind of funny to see him in change character and such, because it's just amazing. He's an asshole when he's house, and then when he's out of character in his British accent, he winds up saying, yes, this guy was just fabulous when he worked with. And I was just like, that is just so funny to me. But he's just really a very good actor, and my praise goes out to him. Anyway, if you want to know, you can rent Stuart Little and check out The Father, and you'll see that's Hugh Laurie. If you haven't seen Stuart Little, just go and rent it, and you'll see a pre-house thing. Anyway, those are my 4 characters I want to talk about, that have thing who are atheists and who dabble in the entertainment biz, and I want to give praise out to them. They're doing very good. They're doing a very good job, and they're very good people. And that's all I wanted to say. And I thank you for your time, and have a nice day.